good, baby? It's your boy Triggs, the Sports Junkie, and welcome to Startem NBA Central, Startem Sitem Show, the fantasy football show. We're here to help you with your starting lineups today. We're going to tell you who to start, who to sit. We're also going to tell you who maybe you can pick up off the waiver wire right now. That's probably available right now in your waiver wire. We're here to help. So with that being said, y'all already know who it is. On the other side of the screen, man, the guy that's been trying to set me up because of LSU, and I don't want to hear about LSU, Keel. What up?
What's good, man? Back for another episode. Week 3, Stardom Sitem Show. It's been a long week. Make sure you check out our latest content on all social media platforms. But I'm ready. I'm ready for this Sunday, man. Sunday, we're here. Fantasy football, Stardom Sitem Show. I'm ready.
Okay. Well, the way the format works, y'all, we go basically through our top fives, excluding the elites at every position. So you're gonna start guys like Patrick Mahomes. You're gonna start guys like Lamar Jackson. You're gonna start guys like running back Alvin Kamara, Ezekiel. And we know those people. You start those people every single week. What we're to do is tell you our top fives of the week at every position. So you can side with myself or you can side with Keel because we both disagree on a lot of things. So just hear what we have to say, and hopefully we can help you win your game, your matchup for this week. So with that being said, let's start with quarterbacks. Keel, who is your top 5 quarterbacks on the day?
Okay, number 5, first time ever on my list. I know it's only week 3, but starting at number 5, I'm going with Joe Burrow at 5.
Wow.
Joe Burrow in week 2, man, he threw for, I didn't even realize it. I had to do some research. He threw the ball 61 times. He scored 29 fantasy points. Threw over 303 touchdowns. And now going against the Eagles in Philadelphia, this defense is a little bit banged up, and I like Joe Burrow's chances right now in fantasy as a top 5 quarterback to start today. So I got him at number 5. Number 4, I'm gonna go with Matthew Stafford. Matthew Stafford gets his number 1 target back, Kenny Galladay, going against the Cardinals. I think this game could be a very high scoring game. Um, Stafford's only averaging 18 fantasy points a game. He went against Chicago and Green Bay with both solid defenses. I think with a healthy Galladay, I think Stafford's on track to get back to his 20 to 23 type of points type of game. So I got Stafford at number 4. Going at number 3. Number 3, I'm gonna go with Mr. Brady, Tom Brady.
Wow.
True was dead on the spot when it came to fantasy. He had Brady as a dud. I like the matchup with Brady against Denver. I think he's starting to build more chemistry with Mike Evans. He gets his other target back with Chris Godwin due to a concussion, and I like his Week 3 matchup. So I'm going with Tom Brady at number 3. Okay, Going to number two. I'm gonna go with I'm going with Deshaun Watson at number 2 against the Pittsburgh Steelers. A lot of people like Pittsburgh after 2 games. They got my contenders. People say Ben Roethlisberger is looking pretty sharp as of late, but I'm rolling with Deshaun Watson at number 2. I think he could give fantasy owners at least um I think he'll get you at least 20 points. I expect more from Deshaun Watson today also. So I got Watson at number 2. And my number 1 guy to start today, I am rolling with. Despite a loss, he showed everybody that he could still throw the ball. And I'm rolling with Cam Newton at number 1, man.
Ah.
Cam Newton, 5 touchdowns, 1 interception, averaging 30 fantasy points a game right now. So I expect him to have another huge game against the Las Vegas Raiders, whose defense that I'm not very high on. They got lit up by Mr. Bridgewater and the Panthers in week 1. And they kind of sort of contained Breeze. But this one, Cam Newton's a different type of quarterback, and I expect Cam to be big in this game. So Cam Newton, number 1, that rounds out my top 5 quarterbacks to start for today.
Okay, I'm not mad at that list. Okay, so the only thing about me and Keo, I view Deshaun Watson as elite. I take Drew Brees from the elite class. He's not elite no more, especially what we saw last week. He's gonna have to put himself back in the elite class. My top 5 elite class is Mahomes, Jackson, Watson, Wilson, and Rodgers. You start those guys week in and week out. Even though Watson's 0-2, I still believe he's worth the start every week because he can put up gaudy numbers. Breeze can as well, but Breeze is, I think, taking a step back. So let me go to my top 5 for this week, though. Coming at number 5, Kill's going to be really excited about this one. I got Justin Herbert versus the Carolina Panthers. I think this kid, I give everybody on, let me start with this. I give everybody on the Chargers offense a bump up. That includes Keenan Allen, Austin Eckler, Mike Williams. I wasn't so when Tyrod Taylor was the starting quarterback. I was like, nah, I'm not. I don't want no Chargers on my team. I think everybody gets a bump up with Justin Herbert at the quarterback position. I like him today. I think he's going to have a pretty good game. I can see anywhere between 250 to 300 yards passing and 2 to 3 touchdowns. I think he has a really, really good game today, so I'm going Justin Herbert at 5. Coming in number 4, and I know some people may say, oh, of course, X, he's elite, but I don't find him elite, and that's Drew Brees. If he was elite, I would have him higher on my list. But I do think the matchup favors, him as far as offensively. This is going to be a shootout versus Green Bay. I'm going Drew Brees right here. Just makes sense, but it could turn out to be one of the worst. Don't be surprised if he's a dud, but the risk reward factor in this game is too big to pass up. That's why I had to have him in my top 5. But don't think that I just automatically put him in there because I'm really not that sold on it. And remember, I am the guy. I'm a Saints fan, but I do have the Saints not making the playoffs. And last week was a big indication of that. All right, coming in number 3, though, I got Kyler Murray. Why would I not start Kyler Murray? Kyler Murray can make a case that he should be in the elite class. Kyler Murray's a must start at this point. But since we don't have him in the elite class, I had to have him at 3. I just believe that this kid is special. He has the weapons around him to do big things. He's going to go against Detroit, an 0-2 team. I just love Kyler Murray today. And really could be higher on my list, but I like 2 guys a little bit more. Number 2, I'm kind of beating my brain right now because I have him on my fantasy team and I sat him because of his poor performances in the past. But today I just have a feeling about him today. I just really believe that today he's going to have a good game because of the matchup. He gets Cincinnati. Cincinnati is an 0-2 team. I'm going Carson Wentz. I think Pennsylvania shakes back today. He finds Zach Ertz. He finds Dallas Goedert. He even finds Miles Sanders a lot today. The receiver, as you notice, I never named no receivers. I just think that he's going to find those guys, and those guys are going to get into the end zone today. So I'm thinking same thing as earlier, but I trust him a little bit more than I trust Herbert for getting that 250 to 300 with 3 touchdowns. So I'm going with Carson Wentz. But at number 1, it's clear as day for me. Keo knows where I'm going with this. I'm going with the old guy. I'm going with Phillip Rivers. Phillip Rivers, to me, man, is going to have a monster game today. If there's one lock game I have, it is the Colts over the Jets. I think this could be the biggest blowout of week 3 of the NFL season. I think the Colts are going to run the ball well. They're going to throw the ball well. I can see the Colts winning this game by 30 points. Yes, I said 30 points. I didn't stutter. I got the Colts winning this game by 30 points. I'm going with the Colts. I got Phillip Rivers as my number one fantasy quarterback on the day. Kia, let's move over to running backs. What we looking like?
All right. So starting at number 5 for me, um number 5 for me, man, I'm going with Todd Gurley at number
Oh my
5, man.
gosh.
Todd Gurley at number 5. Um, I think they gotta focus on the running game. They gotta establish it. People are expecting to throw the ball way too much. And I like Todd Gurley at 5. I think he'll have a solid game. Number 4, even though they banged up in running backs, I like this running back. Um, Coming off from injury from the last 2 seasons, I think his role will be expanded. And I'm talking about Jerick McKinnon from the Niners. Um, and I expect Jerick McKinnon to be involved heavily in this game. So I got him at number 4. Um, coming at number 3. Number 3, I'm gonna go with Leonard Fournette at number 3. Leonard Fournette has been getting more of the workload, a lot of production as of late. So I got Fournette at number 3. Going to my number 2 running back. My number 2 running back, I'm gonna my number 2 running back, I am gonna go with Nick Chubb at number 2.
I
I
like
think
that.
Nick Chubb with Hunt, they've been playing really well together, and I think Chubb will continue to get the ball against a Washington team that was impressive the first game, but I think Nick Chubb will get a lot of fantasy points for fantasy owners, so he's a must start. And my number 1 guy to start for today, I'm gonna go with David Johnson at number 1. I think David
Wow.
Johnson will be huge in this game. I expect him to be involved a lot in the passing game and running game. I like me some David Johnson, and he's my number 1 running back to start for
I'm
today.
shocked by that one. Okay, okay. I'm not, I mean, I am shocked, but I mean, it is what it is. I'm going to stay in that same game to start number 5. I'm going James Conner. Are you kidding me? James Conner, man, going up against the Texans. I think Conner ran the ball very well last week. Stell ran the ball better the week before. Well, not better, but they both ran the ball very well. I'm going James Conner. I think he's going to have a really good game today. He'll have anywhere between 85 to 100 yards rushing with a touchdown for sure. So that's going to be good fantasy numbers for anybody out there. You'll take that at your number 5 position. Coming in number 4, this is going to be somewhat of a shock, but no Zach Moss today. No Zach Moss. He's out. Devin Singletary has not touched the ball 15 times in any game this season, but yet is still around 10 fantasy points, averaging about 10 fantasy points per game. No Zach Moss today. Man, I look for this kid to touch the ball 20 times, maybe 25 times today. If he gets that amount of touches, he's a home run hitter. I think going up against the Rams are going to focus on how good Stephon Diggs have been this season. John Brown has been this season. And, of course, you have to worry about Josh Allen running. I think Singletary today has a really good game. He comes in at number 4 for me. Coming in at number 3, Keel's going to say, well, X, you picking all your running backs. No, I really like their matchups this week. I got Kenyon Drake. Drake came out this week and said, for all the fantasy owners that picked him early, if you don't like what he's doing, trade him. He said, go ahead and bless somebody else. I think that's an indication that he's going to get the ball today, and he's going to do some great things. He's going up against a Lions defense that, gives up points. So I'm going with Kenyon Drake at number 3. At number 2, he is probably the hottest commodity right now outside of the elite guys at running back. I got so many offers for this guy. I'm talking about Miles Sanders. He missed game 1. In game 2, he fumbled like on his first carry. And then after that, he almost had 20 fantasy points in the PPR MBS league. I think Miles Sanders is the guy in Philadelphia to own. He is going to catch a lot of passes. He's going to run the ball. I'm going Miles Sanders as the number 2 best running back today as far as starting. But my number 1 guy, y'all going to understand the theme today. I got Jonathan Taylor going up against the Jets. The Jets won't know what to do. Jonathan Taylor's a must start today. I'm going Jonathan Taylor with the number 1 running back position. If I have him on my team, I might start him over some elite guys. That's how much I like Jonathan Taylor today. So that's where I'm going. Keo, let's move over to the wide receiver position.
Okay, let's go to
Oh,
the
real
wide
quick,
receiver
Keo. Real
position and
quick.
starting at number.
Real quick, before you go, I forgot to mention this. Julio Jones is out. For everybody out there that's worried about game time decision, today Julio Jones will be out. So pay attention to what we're saying because Julio Jones is one of those elite guys. So he is out for today. And Atlanta has other options. So I just want to put that out there. But go ahead, Keo.
Okay, going at number 5 for me. I'm gonna go with Juice Jarvis Landry at number 5. I'm going against the Washington team. I'm pretty sure they're really gonna stay focused on Odell Beckham today, and I got Jarvis at number 5. Going to number 4. Going to my number 4 wide receiver to start for today. I'm rolling with Deshaun Jackson at number 4. Jalen Rager's out for several more weeks. But I expect Jackson to have a solid game for fantasy owners. Um, Alshon Jeffrey is out also. So I expect Jackson to have a solid game for fantasy owners. So I feel like he is a must start. So I got him at number 4. Number 3. This guy had a huge game last week. And number 3 receiver. Number 3 receiver I'm going with Julian Edelman at number 3. Julian Edelman had a career high in receiving yards last week. Looks like Cam Newton likes to go to him. I think they're starting to build some chemistry over there against the Las Vegas Raiders. So I got Julian Edelman coming at number 3 wide receiver to start. Number 2, I'm going with Keenan Allen at number 2. I think Keenan Allen with Justin Herbert starting, I think it's a good look for him. It's a good look for fantasy owners, and I think his value definitely goes up. So I got him at number 2. And my number 1 receiver to start, he's returning. He's back. He's making his debut against Arizona. He was out the first 2 games. I'm going with Kenny Golladay at number 1. Stafford gets his top target back, and I like Golladay at number 1. I expect at least 17 to 19 fantasy points for Kenny Golladay. So I got him at number 1 against Arizona. I expect this game to be a high-scoring game. With that being said, he is. Those are my top 5 wide receivers to start for today.
Maybe I should switch my dud of the week. Are you kidding me? 17 to 19 fantasy points? Yeah, right. But hey, if people believe that, I understand. Golladay is a good receiver, so it could happen. Coming number 5 for me, I got Mike Williams. I know this is not a popular pick. I like Mike Williams today. I look for, Carolina to try to take Keenan Allen away from him, but they're not going to try to take Mike Williams away. I told you I love Justin Herbert today. I think Justin Herbert and Mike Williams starts feeling their chemistry, start getting together today. I like Mike Williams to score a touchdown today and possibly to go over 100 yards. That's how much I like him. I just couldn't put him above the other 4 guys that I have on my list. Coming in number 4, I got Russell Gage. We just talked about Julio Jones being out. Russell Gage has had double-digit fantasy numbers with Julio Jones in the lineup. So now just imagine no Julio Jones. You don't think this guy's going to get more targets? I got to go Russell Gage at number 4. Coming in number 3, I got T.Y. Hilton. The matchup is too good to pass up. I can't guarantee that T.Y. Hilton's going to have a breakout game because we'll get to that in a second. But I do think in this situation, if I have to start somebody, T.Y. Hilton, somebody I want to start. I just love the matchup going against the Jets. The Jets are maybe the worst team in football right now. I love Phillip Rivers today. So T.Y. Hilton could be a boomer bust type of player. He can get like 1 or 2 good touchdowns, big touchdowns, but he could get nothing because other guys can step up like Jonathan Taylor and company. But I would start him. Coming in number 2, come on, I just said it. No Julio Jones. I got Calvin Ridley, man. He's the number 1 fantasy receiver right now. I'm not putting him in the elite class because Julio's the elite guy over there. But now he has a task to show that he's the number 1 receiver. He can be a number 1 receiver. Let me say that because he's not going to be a number 1 receiver as long as Julio Jones is there. But Calvin really has a chance today to show all of us that he's a super stud and not just a beneficiary of Julio Jones in that offense. I'm going Calvin Ridley. But my number 1 guy, and the reason why I put this guy number 1 is no disrespect to Keo, because I know some people say, oh, X is just trying to take a shot at Keo. I'm really not. Keo knows this in his heart, how I feel about this guy. I believe that this guy may be the best. We may be talking about not the best receiver, but the best numbers this year. He's going to be up there. I'm not going to say he's going to be guaranteed number 1, but I do think he's going to be a guaranteed top 5 wide receiver this year. And I'm talking about Seattle Seahawks DK Metcalf. This dude is a monster. He's a monster. Really, in all honesty, he's a must start for me. He's a must start. If you got DK Metcalf, you start him no matter what. I don't care what receivers you have. I don't care if you have Julio Jones, DeAndre Hopkins, and somebody else. And you have 3 good running backs. You got to find a way to start DK Metcalf, trade somebody, but Metcalf has to be in your starting lineup. Did you see what he did to Stephon Gilmore? Did you see it? The defensive player of the year couldn't do nothing with him. I'm just trying to tell y'all, man, DK Metcalf is that guy at wide receiver. Too big, too physical for cornerbacks, too fast for linebackers and safeties. He's just a mismatch on the field. I love me some DK Metcalf. He's number 1 for me. Okay, Keo, let's move on to the tight end position.
So I wanted to say something really quick. This past Friday on Let's Talk About It, me and True, we got into a little heated argument when the game came to George Kittle, and I was wrong. George Kittle is out. So, when I'm wrong, I'll be the first to admit when I'm wrong. And I told True this morning. I said I'm gonna say it live on air. I was wrong. So I thought he was gonna play. I was wrong. So I'm gonna leave it at that. But players not to start. Obviously, George Kittle's out. Travis Kelce, obviously he's an elite. I think Darren Waller, that guy, he's. I feel like I'm gonna put him in that class also. So I'm gonna leave it at that. So coming at number 5 for me, I'm gonna go with Dalton Schultz. Dalton Schultz has been huge as of late since Jarwin has been out. He's averaging 11 fantasy points right now for tight ends right now, and I like him once again. Um, uh, Against Seattle. Number 4, I'm going with Austin Hooper at number 4. I think Austin Hooper needs to start getting involved in this offense with Baker, with the weapons with Jarvis and Odell. I think he got to start going to Austin Hooper in this game, and it's a perfect game against Washington. Coming at number 3, man. Number 3, I'm going to give this guy one more chance. If not, you're done. You're off my list. And the number 3 guy I'm talking about is Rob Gronkowski. I'm gonna give him another chance. Don't give me that face right now.
He's awful.
I like Gronk in this matchup,
but he's awful right now in fantasy.
I'm gonna give him one more chance, man. And that's all I'm gonna say. Okay, so coming at number 2, I like Noah Fant at number 2 right now. I think Noah Fant, he's improved compared to last year. He's starting to be a reliable target. No Drew Lock. They got Driscoll throwing him the ball. They got a lot of young weapons out there with Cortland Sutton, the rookie Jerry Jeudy, and Noah Fant. So I got them at my number was it I got them at 3. Yeah, I got them at 3 right now. My number 2 tied in to start. I'm gonna go with Logan Thomas at number 2. Logan Thomas against Cleveland. I think outside of Terry McLaurin, he's the next reliable target for Dwayne Haskins. So I got him at number 2 to start today. And my number 1 guy is Dallas Goedert for the Eagles. He's had 17 target in his first 2 games, man. At at least 8 games, 4 in a row going back to last year with double digit points. So I'm going with Dallas Goedert as my guy to start today for tight ends.
Finally, me and Kia agreed on a lot of things right here. We had a lot of the same things. So that means if you listen to this show, make sure that you listen up because this may be some guys that can help you start. I'm not with Rob Gronkowski. That's the one that he threw me off with. But we can agree to disagree on that one. All right, coming in number 5. For me, it's definitely Schultz. I'm with you, Keo. We had the same guy at 5. I believe Seattle's going to try to take away those wide receivers and take away Zeke. Schultz may get open, on a big play down the middle of the field, maybe get a touchdown or two if they score a lot of points. So I don't expect them to score a lot of points, but I do expect Schultz to get a decent game. He may get a little cheap touchdown somewhere. So I'm going Schultz. Coming in number 4 was my sleeper last week, Mo Alley Cox. I'm trying to tell y'all, man. Boy had almost 20 fantasy points last week. This dude is a big guy. Shout out to VCU. He played basketball there. This guy is a big guy, a big target, good hands, soft hands. I think that this guy's going to have another good game going up against the Jets. I'm starting everybody on the coach, as y'all can see. Everybody on the coach is starting today for me, but I'm going Mo Alley Cox at number 4. Coming in number 3, I believe this guy's going to have a big game because of Galladay being back. I'm talking about TJ Hawkinson. I think Galladay coming back is going to open up some stuff for this guy. While the defense is trying to focus in on Kenny Galladay, I believe Hawkinson's the guy that's going to have the best day receiving for the Detroit Lions. So I'm going TJ Hawkinson. Coming in number 4, I got Hunter Henry. I tell you I like Justin Herbert. I like Mike Williams today. I like Keenan Allen, but not as much as those 2 guys. I think the defense is going to try to focus in on Keenan Allen more. But Hunter Henry, man, I think Hunter Henry could have a really good game today going up against Carolina. Coming in number 1, though, me and Keel's on the same page, man. Dallas Goedert, man, are you kidding me? He actually, to me, I would right now, if I know my brother, he was talking about this. He had Zach Ertz and he has Dallas Goedert. A lot of people drafted that way because they were like, if something happens, to Ertz, I would have Goddard as well. Well, guess what? I would actually trade Zach Ertz, get some pieces for Zach Ertz, and I would actually roll with Dallas Goedert. I think Dallas Goedert's a starting tight end on all fantasy teams. He's somebody that you want to start. He's not an elite guy quite yet, but he's up there. He's one of my favorite tight ends, big guy, nice soft hands, can catch the ball really well. I got Dallas Goedert as the number 1 tight end today. All right, Keo, let's move over to the defense. Who's your top 5 defenses today?
Okay, so my top 5 defenses, I'm gonna make my defenses quick. Coming in at number 5. Number 5 defense to start for today. I'm gonna go with the Colts. I got the Colts starting at number 5.
Okay.
I think it's a really favorable matchup for them, so I got them at 5. Number 4, I'm going with the Cleveland Browns at number 4, man. Dwayne Haskins was sacked 4 times in week 2 against Arizona. They lost 2 fumbles. This is a bad offense, so I like the Browns against Washington. As long as Myles Garrett's there, I think they're gonna be huge in this game. Number 3, I'm going with Tampa Bay, man. I like Tampa Bay's front 7. I think it's a favorable matchup with him. Um, Jeff Driscoll, and Cortland Sutton, he's actually out also with an ACL. I didn't realize that, and I think it's going to be a rough day for this Denver offense. So I got them number 4. Number 3, I'm going with the Chargers defense. I like the Chargers defense today at no, I got that the Chargers. Yeah, that Chargers defense at number 3. I think it's a very good matchup with them against Carolina with McCaffrey out, and I expect them to throw the ball a lot. My number 2, my no, actually, they're my number 2 defense. I I originally had the Colts at number 5. So my number 1 defense to start for today, I am going with the New England Patriots at number 1 against the Las Vegas Raiders. I think the Raiders will have a hard time moving the ball against New England. Um, they did a decent job against a decent job against Seattle, but despite giving those big plays to Russell Wilson, DK Metcalf, and them, so I got the Patriots at number 1, and those are my top defenses.
Okay. We have some of the similarities, but not, not all the same. I actually view the Patriots as an elite defense, but this week I don't think they should be elite. I don't think they're must start today, but I mean, I understand if you have the Patriots, you're gonna go ahead and start them. But I'm gonna go number 5. I got the Minnesota Vikings. Yes, I know they got King Henry coming. I know that, but Minnesota is in a must-win situation right now. They're 0-2. They have to get a dub. If they don't get the dub, it's going to be bad. I think this could be a low-scoring game between Minnesota and Tennessee. So I got Minnesota. I think that's more of a risk take right there. A game that I look at on the docket that I can see low scoring. I'm going Minnesota, Tennessee, and Tennessee is an elite defense, so I'm definitely starting Tennessee. But I'm going to go Minnesota at number 5. At number 4, I got the Chargers. The Chargers going up against Carolina. I just think that's a great matchup. You can't ask for something better than that with no Christian McCaffrey. So yeah, I'm definitely going that route. Number 3, I'm going with the Philadelphia Eagles. I know that Joe Burrow is my guy. You know that. I'm an LSU fan, LSU student. So I'm always going to root for Joe Burrow. But the Eagles are in a must-win situation. I believe that the Eagles are going to have a big game today. I think that defense is going to rally around, Carson Wentz and company in that defense. And I think they're going to get a good win today. Good, solid win. They'll probably get Joe Burrow a couple of times as far as interceptions, and they'll get a good, solid win, probably about 10 to 14 point win in today's game. Coming in number 2 and 1, hands down, my two top defenses. And this includes all the elite guys. I don't care about the Ravens. I don't care about the Patriots. I don't care about the Bills, the Titans. I like all those defenses, yes. But these 2 defenses for today, I'm taking Tampa Bay. Tampa Bay is a must start going up against Jeff Driscoll. He's going to have to try to compete with that offense on the other end, and I just don't think he can. So, or he will. So I'm going Tampa Bay at number 2. And number 1, we're going to stay in line with what I keep saying. The Indianapolis Colts today, man, they're going to win big. It will either they're going to win by the biggest margin today, or the Tampa Bay Bucks will. So that's my 2 big blowouts for today. But I'm going to go with the Colts at number 1. I just think that the Jets offense is going to struggle a lot today. No Le'Veon Bell still. It's all bad for the Jets. So that's who's my number 1 defense on the day. Keo, let's move to kickers. Who's your top 5 kickers? Yes, we do kickers, y'all.
All right. All right, number 5, I'm going with Dan Bailey against Tennessee. I think Kirk Cousins, after having a negative game last season, he'll have a better chance to get on the positive side, and they'll move the ball. Number 4, I'm going with Steven Gostowski, man. After, a bad game in the first week, Gostowski has picked it up, and I like Gostowski against Minnesota in that same game. So I got number 4. Number 3, I'm going with Zane Gonzalez from Arizona. Zane Gonzalez averaging 9 fantasy points a game. He's ranked as the 6th best kicker, so I got him at 3. Number 2, I'm going with the Colts kicker, Rodrigo Blankenship, at number 2.
Yes, sir.
I think he's gonna have a great chance to have major fantasy points, especially against the Jets. So I got him at number 2, and my number 1 guy to start is Cammy Fairbarn from the Houston Texans. I
That
got
dude
him at number
loves
1
Houston. Dog, why you love Houston so much?
for this week. For
Oh
this
my
for
God.
this week, I do.
That's crazy. All right, well,
Uh-oh,
come.
can this be sign? Can be a sign of stud of the week?
Oh my
Uh-oh.
God. Don't do that. Don't do that. All right, coming in number 5 for me is Daniel Carlson. Man, this dude, that kick that dude made last week was big time versus the Saints. I'm like, they're gonna kick a field goal from right here. If this dude misses this, the Saints are in prime position to make a run and win this game. But shout out to John Gruden and company. They had faith. I believe this kid is on his way, man. Right now, he's currently the 3rd best kicker in fantasy football, position-wise, as far as in his position. I think he has another big game today, so I'm going Daniel Carlson. Coming in at number 4, I got Jake Elliott. I just tell you how much I like the Eagles today. I think this guy right now in fantasy hasn't been the greatest fantasy kicker. He's ranked outside the top 25, but I think today he shakes back like I think the Eagles shake back. So I'm going with Jake Elliott at number 4. At number 3, I got Ryan Suckup. I just tell you how much I think that's a big blowout. The only reason why I can't put him higher is because I think that the Bucs are going to score more touchdowns than they will field goals. So y'all already know what that is. Number 2, I like Zane Gonzalez as well. Me and Keo both like him. I do think that the Cardinals will score a lot of points versus the Lions, but I do think that Gonzalez will get a lot of opportunities to kick field goals today. So I look for Zane Gonzalez to have a big game today. But number 1, I think I got coach across the board almost in every position as far as my number 1 guys, man. And that's sad. And maybe I'll be all wrong about that, but I'm going with Rodrigo Blankenship. I'm 1,000% with Q on this one. This dude is going to be big time today. I'm telling y'all, the Colts will win, I think, by 30, and I think that they'll hold the Jets to under 17 points today. I like the Colts big time today. So that's my kicker, Keo. All right, Keo. Top 5 flex plays on the day. What you looking like?
All right, my top 5 flex plays for today. Coming at number 5 for me, I'm gonna go with N'Keal Harry at number 5. Um, N'Keal Harry at number 5. Cam Newton was going to N'Keal Harry, not only Julian Edelman, and like I said, the chemistry with those receivers that Tom Brady couldn't have. Cam Newton has it with those players right now. So I got him at number 5. Number 4, I'm gonna go with Marquez Valdez Scantling. Devontae Adams will
I
not
like
be
that
playing
one.
today, so he's out, and
I
that
didn't know
helps
that. Wow.
that's good news. Yeah, that's good news for the Saints, and man, so I hope the Saints take advantage. So I got them at number 4. Number 3, I'm gonna go with Traquan Smith in this game. Traquan Smith, Breeze got to go to him. They got to go to Emmanuel Sanders, guys like Jared Cook in the passing game, and I got them at number 3. Number 2, my number 2 flex player to start for today. I'm gonna go with Sony Michelle at number 2. James White's out once again.
Wow, I'm
So
shocked by that.
this could be really huge for for um for him right now, for Sony Michelle. So I got him at number 2. And my number 1 guy to start for today, you're gonna like this one. I got Michael Pittman Jr. as a top 5
I'll
flex
do
play.
my dog right now. Yeah, I
You
think you
said
like that.
it's gonna be a blow. You said it's gonna be a blowout. T.Y. Hilton ain't the only guy that's gonna have a good game. Michael Pittman Jr., man, he'll have a huge game. I expect 14 to 17 points type of game. and I like Michael Pittman Jr. And those are my top 5 flex players.
Wow, Keo, now you're finally listening. You're finally learning. Good job, Keo. Me and Keo have a lot of the same guys as far as the top 5 flex plays. Okay, coming in number 5 for me, I got Traquan Smith. I'm 1,000% with Keo on this one. Traquan Smith to me is going to get plenty of opportunities today, so he has to cash in those opportunities. Excuse me. Coming in number 4, I got Michael Pittman Jr. It's a scare because you don't know what to expect, but I think he's gonna have a big game today. I just can't start him over the 3 guys that I have ahead of him. So, but if I can start him, I want to start him today. I'm actually starting him as my wide receiver number 2 in the MBS league because the receiver position is what, excuse me, golly. The number 2, the wide receiver position is where I'm kind of weak at in the MBS league. So if anybody wants to trade, holla at your boy. Vic, I want DK Metcalf. Let's make that happen. But coming in number 3, I got Joshua Kelly. Oh, man, this dude here. I know Austin Eckler is this starting guy, but Joshua Kelly is a monster. And I tell you, I like the Chargers a lot today, so I'm going with Joshua Kelly at the 3 position. At number 2, I just think this is more of a usage thing, not so much that I love him. I like the team that he's on. He likes to give it to the running back. I'm going Mike Davis. I think Mike Davis playing for the Panthers, no Christian McCaffrey. You have to start him as a flex, bro. You have to start him as a flex. Teddy Bridgewater likes to check down to his running backs. I think Mike Davis has a really good game today. Well, a solid game as far as your flex player is concerned. And my number 1 guy, I had him in my top 5 fantasy receivers. But I know some people may be scared to put him as a receiver 1 or 2. But as a flex, he is the ultimate flex, and that's Russell Gage. You got to start Russell Gage today. If you're not comfortable starting him at the number as a wide receiver 1 or 2, you got to start him in your flex. He's a must start today. So I'm going Russell Gage. He would have been my sleeper of the week, but that's not a sleeper, man. When a dude that's gone over double digits the first 2 weeks, and now he has the opportunity to be the number 2 receiver on the team, that's not much of a sleeper to me. So I'm going Russell Gage. All right, Keo.
Somebody in the MBS.
Go ahead.
Somebody in the MBS league, and I think you know who he is. He said he's willing to offer you AJ Brown.
Oh, when we might have to make that happen. We might have to make that happen. I don't know if AJ Brown. I don't love his offense, but I think they're more of a running team. But I do like AJ Brown a lot. So maybe we can make something happen. We could definitely make something happen. But we'll talk about that after the show. All right, Keo, top 5 waiver wire pickups. Who's the top 5 waiver wire pickups you think out there right now currently?
So last week there was a lot of injuries, and we all know that the waiver wire was going to be quite busy. So number 5 for me, I'm going with Devontae Freeman at number 5. They signed this guy for a reason. Obviously, they don't have full faith in Dion Lewis. So I got him as number 5 as a top waiver wire pickup. Number 4, I'm gonna go with Denver's KJ Hamler at number 4 with Cortland Sutton out once again. I got him at number 4 as a top waiver wire pickup. Number three, I'm gonna go with Hunter Renfro from the Las Vegas Raiders. I think he's a solid pickup at number 3. Number two top waiver wire pickup for me. I'm going with Jordan Reed, a top waiver wire pickup. Jordan Reed was huge for the Niners with Kittle gone lately. Jordan Reed looks like he has rejuvenated his career, man. He's been huge lately as of late. And my number 1 guy, top waiver wire pickup, I'm going with Justin Herbert, man. He is a top waiver wire pickup. I think he makes the team better. He gives his team a better chance. And I like Justin Herbert at number 1 as a top waiver wire pickup. And especially if you playing in a 2 quarterback league, you better go pick him up. So those are my top waiver wire pickups.
All right, I wanna throw this name out there, not because he's in my top five, because we normally don't mention guys that played already, but both of the running backs from the game on Thursday night. Of course, Robinson is owned in almost 100% of leagues, like 88%, but he should be owned in 100. That dude is a monster. I like the way how hard he runs after initial contact. So I like that guy. But Myles Gaskin, I will say this: he's not even owned in 50% of fantasy football leagues, or it's around 50%. He got to be owned in more leagues, man. Like the first drive, I feel like that's all they did was throw to Myles Gaskin and give him a lot of touches. So I would definitely think that he's a pickup guy in the waiver wire. We can't mention him because the game already happened, but just for next week, y'all might want to pick up Myles Gaskin. But coming in number 5, this is going to be a shock to some people. It's a quarterback, but he doesn't even play right now. And I'm talking about Jameis Winston. I would pick him up, stash him away, because Drew Brees is, man, I'm not sold right now. I tell you, I'm not big on the Saints this year. I got a lot of slack, whatever you want to call it, from Saints fans. And my whole family was like, hey, how dare you? You're not even a Saints fan. We're kicking you off the bandwagon. What up, Justin? I mean, it was just ridiculous. And I just think that the Saints, man, I don't know if Brees that guy no more, man. That arm strength is definitely, taking a hit, and I'm concerned. I really am concerned about Drew Brees. So I would actually pick up Jameis Winston and just put him away for a little while, and maybe he might hit on him later on. Because Jameis Winston's young, and he could be the Saints starting quarterback, and you know how many weapons the Saints got. So he comes in at number 5. Coming in at number 4 for me, I'm with Keel, man. Justin Herbert. I think you got to start. If you got to pick up Justin Herbert looked good last week. I don't want to be premature. That's why I don't have him higher. But Justin Herbert against the Kansas City Chiefs versus the Super Bowl team, Super Bowl champion, and the Super Bowl MVP and Patrick Mahomes, he went head to head and he had that game won. The defense just couldn't get that final stop. But I'm going to get Justin Herbert for sure. Coming at number 3, I like this kid a lot. I actually picked him up. I was so happy I got him, and that's Chase Claypool. I think he's going to end up being the number 2 receiver in Pittsburgh. He's a big, physical kid. He had the big touchdown last week. He has some speed. I like this kid a lot. I'm not starting him because I don't know, if he's not the number 2 guy yet, because Spencer is still doing his thing. So Spencer or Johnson? I'm tripping right now. His last name, Deontay. What's Deontay's last name? Johnson, huh? Not Spencer. I'm tripping. Johnson.
Yeah, Deontay Johnson.
I'm tripping.
Deontay Johnson.
Yeah, Chase Claypool, I think, can, handle his own, get his own targets. So I'm going Chase Claypool at number 3. At number 2, I'm going with Michael Pittman Jr. It's about time people start picking him up. I think he will be the number 2 receiver in Indianapolis for the rest of the year, in my opinion, after today. So I'm going Michael Pittman Jr. But I'm going to stay in that same team. Man, let me tell y'all, man, I love Mo Alley Cox, man. This dude is a monster. And we know how much Phillip Rivers likes throwing to his tight end. So I got Mo Alley Cox coming in at number 1. Okay, Keel, let's get to one of our favorite topics and what the show is named after, the Startem Sitem section. I'm going to throw out 5, you throw out 5, and you're going to tell me if I should start them or sit them, and I'll tell you the same. Okay, so let's start with the first game, Keel. Are you starting or sitting? Because I want to see how confident you are. I know you said it, but I'm going to start with the tight end position. Don't let these fantasy owners down. Are you starting or sitting? Rob Gronkowski. Oh!
Oh man. Oh my god. Yeah, you whack for that, man. Okay, so for me, I'm going to start Rob Gronkowski, but to all you fantasy owners out there right now, I'm gonna say you're gonna have to sit Rob Gronkowski.
Oh, okay, okay,
I'm taking a risk on him, but if you're asking me for my advice right now, I'm gonna say sit Rob Gronkowski.
okay. Nick Mullins, what you doing versus the Giants?
I'm gonna sit Nick Mullins, man. I think Nick Mullins,
Wow.
Nick Mullins, they're gonna rely on that running game, and I think they still have a solid defense. I think they still could get to Daniel Jones. Let's get that right. It's Daniel Jones, not no damn Danny Dimes. Um, so I'm gonna I'm gonna say sit Nick Mullins.
All right. Are you starting or sitting Devontae Freeman?
Um, I'm actually starting Devontae Freeman. I think he'll get some workload. I they have more confidence in Freeman more than Dion Lewis. That's the reason why they signed him. So I'm gonna go with to start him.
Wow. Okay. That actually shocked me right there. Okay. So we saw this kid, and I love the matchup, but I actually was taken back because the first week he went off, and then the second week he didn't do nothing. But he has a great matchup today. I'm talking about Naheem Hines. What you doing with him?
I am sitting him. You kidding me? The workload that Jonathan Taylor's been getting, I'm definitely getting him, man. And have you seen his projections by Jonathan Taylor? Like it's really high. I was kind of surprised by it, but last week he met the expectation for me.
Okay.
So I'm sitting him.
Okay, that's a good one for you. You a Cowboys fan? Are you starting or sitting Michael Gallup?
I am starting Michael Gallup today, man.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, I think I think CD Amari Gallup will go at least have 10 points or more.
Okay. I'm not mad at that. Okay. If he plays, I know it's an if because he is questionable right now. Are you starting or sitting Sammy Watkins?
Am I starting or sitting Sammy Watkins?
Yeah.
I am sitting Sammy Watkins. I think Sammy's a little bit into inconsistent. They got all types of playmakers. You got DeAndre Robinson, Watkins, McCole Hardman. Now, obviously, you got Tyreek and Kelsey, so I'm sitting him.
Okay, there you go. That's my five. Let's get to the next. Let's get to yours.
All right, my five. I'm gonna go with the first one. I'm gonna start with. I'm gonna start with Corey Davis, wide receiver from the Titans.
Um, versus Minnesota. I have Minnesota. No AJ Brown. I'll start him as a flex. Yeah, I would start him as a flex. He's worth the flex play.
All right. Next guy up, we got running back J.K. Dobbins against the Kansas City Chiefs.
That's tough. I thought about asking you that one. I'm not gonna lie to you. Man, I think, man, he's worth a flex play. He's worth a flex play. He's worth that. That could be a high scoring game. Yeah, that could be. I'll go Dobbins as a flex.
All right. I know you're high on this this defense, but I'm going to a quarterback. Are you starting or sitting Jared Goff?
Ooh, that's a good one. Because I think Buffalo wins for sure today. And I told you that. Um, yeah, I'm gonna bench Goff. I think Goff struggles today. I think he struggles a lot versus Buffalo. I'm sitting him.
All
I
right.
actually,
Okay.
I actually, shout out to my man Cupid again. I always talk about that league and our league, but I had an opportunity. I had Jared Goff on my bench. I actually dropped Jared Goff and picked up Justin Herbert. I'm starting Justin Herbert off over Jared Goff. So, yeah, I'm sitting there, Jared Goff for sure.
All right. Next one up. Sticking to the same game. I'm rolling with running back Daryl Henderson. Are you starting or sitting him?
Nah, oh man, I don't like the Rams today at all. But he could get a cheap touchdown. Oh man. Malcolm Brown's gonna play. Cam Akers, I don't think he's playing. I'm gonna say
Cam
I sit
Akers
him.
is out today.
Yeah, I'm still sitting Henderson. I don't like Henderson. I'm not gonna play him. Buffalo's gonna win that game.
All right, my last guy is this might help me too. Are you starting or sitting Jerry Judy?
Oh, I'm sitting Jerry Judy. No way. I'm not starting Jerry Judy. Not against the Patriots. I'm not Patriots. I mean the Buccaneers. I'm thinking Tom Brady. The Buccaneers. No, I'm good on that. And then Driscoll as the quarterback. No, I'm staying away from Jerry Judy. And then he's banged up on top of that. They're saying he's questionable. He might not even play. No, I'm staying all the way from Jerry Judy. All right, Keo. So since we got that, let's get to the. Does anybody on YouTube have a question, Keo? Before I get to Twitter.
Yeah, I got a good portion of questions from YouTube right now. So I'm gonna go to it really quick before you get to the social media. So
Okay.
YouTube questions. This is from the MBS league. Antonio. Antonio says, who do you start between Nick Chubb or Todd Gurley?
Nick Chubb. Bruh, Todd Gurley's done, bro. That's not even a question no more to me. Todd Gurley's done. Like, I'm not sold on Todd Gurley.
Man,
I'm telling you what I think, Keo. Why you interrupting
when
me?
it comes to college football, NFL, you jumped the gun too early. Oh, I'm done with this player. Oh, I'm done with this
Todd
team.
Gurley, bro. I'm done.
I'm done. All right.
Beyond done with Todd Gurley.
All right. So okay, I got one more question, and the last one is this one is by MBS member. In PPR league formats, should I start Jonu or Jared Cook?
Ooh, I like both dudes this week. I actually thought about putting them both in my top 5. I'm gonna go Jared Cook. And that's tough because I like both of them. They were both considered in my top 5. I just think Drew Brees, when you're going to look at the situation today, this could be a high-scoring game. I think Jared Cook has a better chance of scoring a touchdown. I think the other game is going to be low-scoring. So I'm going to go Jared Cook, but I like both guys today, for sure. You good?
Okay, and with Antonio's response to you, he said Chubb is going against the Washington front 7, and Kareem Hunt is taking away touches from Nick Chubb.
So man, let me tell you something.
To mention that.
I respect that, but I understand the front 7, and I get all that, but they still got to worry about OBJ and Jarvis Landry on the outsides. I think that they're gonna, they're going to try to put as many people in the secondary as possible. They'll back that coverage up a little bit. That'll open up things for Nick Chubb. And also, really what I really want to focus on is who I think has a better chance of scoring a touchdown today. And I think it's Nick Chubb. I don't like Todd Gurley at all, man. Like, Todd Gurley to me is him, Le'Veon Bell. Those guys are done, man. That's the old school fantasy football stuff. This time for the new wave, man. The new wave is, Edwards-Helaire. The new wave is the Christian McCaffrey, what he did last year. The new wave is you got one for your team, Antonio, Joshua Kelly. I think that dude could be really good. Joshua Dobbins could be good. Not Joshua Dobbins. What's my man name?
J.K.
Dobbins. I'm saying the quarterback. But I think it's a new wave. I think it's a new wave. Miles Sanders time.
And I just wanted to clarify in the previous question to correct it really quick. Anybody that's asking, it's Jonnu Smith. It's a tight end from the Tennessee Titans, by the way.
I knew you meant.
No, somebody was asking who was Jonnu, so I was just clarifying it with them right now.
Okay, cool. So that's the only thing that we have on YouTube?
Yeah.
You ready for this? Okay. Who you starting and who you sitting? PPR league. Joshua Kelly or Leonard Fournette?
I'm sitting Joshua Kelly and I'm starting Leonard Fournette.
That's a good one. Okay. Okay. Let's do this. Are you starting Dak versus Seattle or Cam versus the Raiders? Oh, they got him thinking now. That's his team, and he loved Cam. Uh-oh.
I'm gonna start. I'm gonna. I did have Cam at number one. I did have Cam at number one, so I'm gonna say start Cam, bench Dak.
Wow. Okay. Okay. Can't be mad at that. I would actually go the opposite way for my man, Ricky Henderson. I would definitely go the opposite way. I would start Dak. I think Seattle does give up points on the defensive side, even though I think they're a really good football team. All right, Keo. Mike Davis or Jared McKinnon? Half a PPR flex play. Who would you start?
Um, I'm going with Jarek McKinnon, man. I trust McKinnon more. He got his feet wet the first 2 weeks. More workload for him, so I'm going with Jarek McKinnon to start over Mike Davis.
Okay, last one because we're gonna get to our last favorite portion of the show. This is a great question, Keo, and it just goes into the next segment as great as can be. Are you starting Russell Gage today or Tyreek Hill? Oh, oh, baby.
I'm starting Russell Gage. I'm benching Tyreek Hill.
Wow.
And the reason why is Atlanta, they throw the ball on a high rate. No matter what you want to say about this team could throw the ball.
They can.
And and I wouldn't be surprised if they led the league in passing right now. And then with Julio out, Russell Gage steps in, and Russell Gage has been getting a lot of production as of late, along with Calvin Ridley. So I'm gonna start Russell Gage and then Tyreek Hill. He's going against that Baltimore defense, man. And I think it's just gonna be a long day for Tyreek and um my homeboy. He's just gonna look for other targets outside of Tyreek Hill because I think they're gonna lock him down. So I'm gonna say Russell Gage.
Oh, I am 1,000% with Keo on this one. He knows why. All right, Keo, let's get to our favorite segment of the show. The stud of the week, the dud of the week, and the sleeper of the week. Who is your sleeper of the week? Let's start there first.
Okay, so my sleeper of the week, I'm going with Russell Gage as my sleeper of the week. Yeah, I like Russell Gage sleeper of the week with with Julio out. That's huge opportunities for him, and Russell Gage proved that he can make plays. I expect Matt Ryan to go to him, so I have him as sleeper of the week.
Okay, hey, look, I tell you, that would have been my sleeper of the week. Me and Q actually spoke about this. We'll be putting the flyer out right after the show as far as who we have as stud of the week, dud of the week. But Russell Gage is going to be my sleeper of the week, but I said, nah, he's had double digits both games. I can't do that. That's too easy with Julio Jones being out. I'm going Michael Pittman Jr. I think he has double-digit fantasy numbers today, and I think he scores a touchdown. All the fantasy owners are going to love the fact that they started Michael Pittman Jr. today if they start him. So I'm going with him as my sleeper of the week. Let's get to our dud of the week, Keo. Uh-oh.
My dud of the week, man. I'm glad this team is 2-0, but the party stops today. The party stops in New England. You know who I'm talking about. As a matter of fact, this last week I had him as a dud of the week. I honestly thought it was a dud because he didn't meet his projections, and he did get over a certain amount of points. So people said, okay, that's not a dud. So I'll let that slide. I was close. But this week, I got Derek Carr as the dud of
Wow.
the week against the New England Patriots. It's gonna be a rough day for this guy. He's going against a great defense out there, and I expect turnovers, man. I think he's gonna have a hard time um Bill Belichick everybody else beat them, and I'm talking about Darren Waller. So with that being said, I got Derek Carr as the dud of the week.
All right, my dud of the week. It hurts me to say this because I do have the team winning, but I do think that the team is going to just take him away. That's all I think it's going to be. I'm going Tyreek Hill. Keo knew that already. I think Tyreek Hill will not have a good game this week. I think he's going to be under 10 fantasy points. And that's kind of crazy because he's such a big play wide receiver that under 10 fantasy points, he can really literally beat that in one play. But I'm going under 10 fantasy points for Tyreek Hill. And I'm pretty good as far as calling duds out. So we'll see what happens. But I got no touchdowns for Tyreek Hill and under 10 fantasy points. All right, Keo, my favorite portion of the show. Who is your stud of the week?
Yeah, man. This is starting to be my favorite portion of the show too, because I've been right on the money with things
You
the
have
past
been.
2 weeks.
You
So
have
my
been.
stud so my stud of the week, man, people were scrutinizing this guy, people were taking shots at him. I mean, people were calling for his backup. People saying this is not even the best team in the NFC no more. And I am going with Drew Brees as my
What?
stud of the
Oh
week.
my God.
Yeah, baby. Drew Brees. Hold on. Drew Brees will have at least 300 yards or more, 3 touchdowns, no interceptions. And he is paying attention to what people are saying. He's paying attention to True X saying, "Oh yeah, fantasy owners, you should pick up Jameis Winston as your backup for security insurance." Saints fans is that turn has officially turned their back on them. But Drew Brees is say, "Hey, watch this. That's only one game." Um, and even though they're going against the Green Bay Packers, I expect Drew Brees to have a huge game. I think this game is going to be a shootout. And I got Drew Brees as my stud of the week.
Okay, so my stud of the week, everybody knows where I'm going with this. It's really between two guys. I'm kind of like torn, but I'm just gonna pick one. But it's Phillip Rivers and Jonathan Taylor. These two guys are gonna have monster games. One of them I'm gonna hit on. I'm gonna say Phillip Rivers, but I would not be surprised if it's Jonathan Taylor if Jonathan Taylor gets 3 touchdowns today. But I'm going Phillip Rivers because once you pick somebody, you can't pick them again. And I don't plan on picking Phillip Rivers ever again this season. So I'm picking Phillip Rivers. I think Phillip Rivers has at least 25 fantasy points today. And people are going to be very, very happy with that performance. So I got Phillip Rivers as my stud of the week. Gil, last minute shout outs. Let's get it popping.
Yo, shout out to X. Shout out to the whole MBS team. It's been a crazy week, a busy week in sports. Sports is in full effect, man, and more to come as the sports season transpires. And show, shout out to everybody that's been some transition for us because we're so used to Facebook Live. But and shout out to everybody that tuned in on Friday night to the Let's Talk About It show. We did some good numbers on Friday night also. So with that being said, best luck to you guys in fantasy football. Hopefully we help you guys out, and we'll see you guys next week.
Definitely. Thank y'all. Like Keo said, man, if y'all can, go to the MBS Central page. If you're on YouTube right now, you're tuning in, just click that subscribe button, hit that notification bell. Look, we're trying to help you in fantasy. We're talking good sports. We're talking Let's Talk About It. We're putting out sneakers of the week. We're going to put up upcoming sneakers coming soon. We're trying to put out great content. We also have great interviews coming. We've done great interviews. Check out those as well. But when it comes to fantasy, you know how we always tell you, man. If you don't win today, you have nobody but to blame but yourself. It ain't nobody else's fault but yourself. But if you win, like Drake says, man, thank us later. This has been the Startem Sitem Show. I'm Drake, the Sports Junkie. That's my man Keo. We out. Peace.